The journey is never ending. There's always going to be growth, improvement, and adversity. You just got to take it all in and do what's right. Continue to grow, continue to live in the moment. So, for starting a new chapter of learning, I, Shanshi Rai, being the host of today's event, wants to extend a warm greeting and afternoon to all of you present here. I hope you all are doing amazing. On behalf of the whole SEMS family, I welcome you all for today's international webinar on the topic Habits to Achieve Goals. And to our guest of honor and today's speaker, Mr. Rajiv Kumar. It is a great honor to have you with us, sir. We are grateful for your presence. Also, I quite see a number of people are joining us. Before I proceed, let me take a brief moment to introduce my organization. SEMS Welfare Foundation is a non-profit entity established to work in the areas of education, social welfare, women empowerment, skill development and entrepreneurship, livelihood generation and employability, health, research, culture, international cooperation, sports, environmental protection, or any other similar sectors. We promote healthy lives, a balanced and active community, and strong business. Now, let me introduce today's speaker to all of you. Mr. Rajiv Kumar, who has more than 2 decades of experience in HR field, managing all aspects of end-to-end HR, including strategy, policies, employee experience, merger acquisitions, talent acquisitions, etc. We are really grateful to have you with us, sir.
Thank you so much, Yanshi, for a quick introduction about me. And I'm really thankful to the SEMS family for giving this opportunity to talk to wonderful participants I can feel so far. And the topic you have given me is very interesting to me, and I feel this is relevant to anybody at any stage of life, where we are talking about the habits to achieve, right? And I'm very happy to talk on this topic, though it can be an never-ending topic and discussions, but we have a limited time. So I would like to talk about some key aspects, and then maybe at the end we will have some Q&A time as well. So good afternoon, good morning, and good evening to the participants. I don't know which geography you're from, so I'm taking this liberty uh, to maybe mention good morning, good afternoon, according to your time zones. So we are talking about 10 habits to achieve goals, and which is very important, when we look at our day-to-day tasks, long-term goals, and what we should be doing to kind of achieve our goals successfully. And the first, it's a poll sort of wanted to show it to all of you that is motivation enough to achieve our goals. Most of the time, we feel that we are very much motivated, etc., and that is good for achieving our goals. So I wanted to have a quick poll on this. Do you really feel that it is good enough? Yes or no? Sanchi, is it doable? Can we have a poll on this?
There are some answers, sir. Yes,
And answer yes or no.
it's a yes.
Okay. So I would like to start from here that most of people feel that it is yes and it is enough to achieve our goals. And which is also correct from your perspective that it is yes, because I'm motivated and why not? I should be able to achieve that. But have you ever thought of how to sustain the motivation, how to maintain the motivation? That is not enough, right? At times, suddenly after 3 days, I'm not enough motivated. Probably will see that what we thought of it maybe 3 days earlier, that passion, that energy is no longer there to achieve those goals. So my answer would be a little bit say that it is not enough to achieve our goal. And why? Because motivation is not enough because it's more like a mind. It's all about the feeling good about it, right? But when exactly it comes to the action, it is not showing the exact result. Maybe you think about it again, that is it really enough to achieve what you expected. So we'll take it further from here. Now, I really wanted to show a couple of personalities, and there's one common thing about them, and I'm sure most of you must be knowing about them. It is the Nadal, then Mother Teresa, then Sunita Williams, Wright brothers, Nelson Mandela, Oprah Winfrey. So, anybody can comment on it. What is the common thing about them? Yeah,
Someone said that they are famous.
yeah, I know. I will talk about it. They are all famous, of course. That's why you know them, right? And why they're
Hard
famous?
work, because of their hard work.
Because of their hard work. Okay. All right. So I will jump on here because of their confidence, because of their fame, because of hard work. But one thing you all must know, their determination, toward achieving the goals. They all had a set target since beginning that what I want to achieve. if the situation given them that you made them to think about the goal, but they set the goal and then and they took it up. Be it Mother Teresa, she was in charity and she entire life she did that. Nelson Mandela wanted to make discrimination in South Africa. He could do that. Wright brothers had the courage to think about aeroplane. Sunita Williams wanted to go to space, right? So Oprah Winfrey had a tough time, but she became a social activist and all, right, and she's famous. And Nadal, we all know that he has succeeded multiple, I mean, maximum times in winning Grand Slams. And why it is possible, not only because of their motivation, they had a motivation to do something, but they had a strong determination. They were very keen, they were very clear about the goal, what they wanted. They were not bothered about what my social will tell me, what my friend will tell me. Am I really doing the right or wrong? What I'm going to get out of it? So they had multiple, there are multiple reasons behind it. But one thing is always clear about their success story is their strong determination and dedication. They never let it go in their entire journey of achieving their goals. And I'm really proud of all of them. That's the reason I really wanted to give them the salute in this. So let's talk about first the key difference between the motivation and discipline, self-discipline. So, I first of all, I would say that motivation is very important, but if there's no self-realization, there's no discipline, we cannot achieve our goals, right? No matter what you think of it, how motivated you are, your motivation will be very short-lived. Maybe sometimes you'll feel that, oh, it's no longer there. And for that, it's very important that you need to have a self-discipline attitude, right? And that will help you to go in achieving your goals. So you need to be action-oriented. So motivation is more like a feeling. You feel good. You feel that you are doing something, you're getting something, but you're not there. But when you really you're disciplined, then you are there. You are actioning. Every day you're actioning. You are realizing what you are doing, and also it's very important after motivation. Discipline is very important to achieve the goal. And second is a strong determination is very important. Stay focused. Stay focused is very important because sometimes we lose focus all of a sudden. Maybe you will have a lot of obstacles in between, and you will suddenly lose track, and you may not achieve the. And that's very important in as part of the self discipline. And fourth is the punctuality I mentioned. So sometimes we think that okay, we are flexible, and what punctuality is also very important overall. And punctuality, I meant here about the timelines that you need to adhere to the timelines. Make every day as agenda that towards my goal, what I need to do today and what I need to do tomorrow. Okay, so this is the first foremost very important, towards one of the key habits I would say to achieving the goals. Now, second is that stick to your goals. First of all, you should know how to set up the goal. I don't know how many of you know about the SMART goals, but SMART goal is all about SMART. S means specific, M is measurable, A is attainable, R is relevant, and T is time based. So your goal should be, keeping all these five SMART in mind. Only then you should set up a goal. It should not be unrealistic. It should not be something which cannot be attained, or it should have a timelines. Otherwise, it is not open ended. That goals are you're just doing every day, every night, and then there's no goal achievement, right? So it has to be properly smart based. And second, make a subset of the goals, right? So that you have a longer goal, then you have a shorter goals as well, right? And shorter goals need to be more, cascaded down to everyday kind of thing, so that you should know that what is the kind of your everyday goals and all. Write down your goals. Sometimes you may not even recall what are the goals are. So write down, pen down somewhere your goals. Now, activities are very important, in achieving the goals. Sometimes activities are supporting achieve your goals, and then it needs to be constantly monitored. Otherwise, you will not know where you are going, or whether you are achieving your goals or not, right? Let me give an example of setting up a goal activities. Let's say you want to reduce your weight by 10 kgs. So, or maybe reduce your weight. That is your goal, right? Now, let it be very specific that how much you want to reduce, maybe 10 kgs. Now, within what time? Maybe within 6 months you want to achieve this goal. Now, you should write down that what this is your goal, right? Then make a subset of the goals, right? Maybe every month you would like to reduce by 1.5 kg something, so that at the end of the 6 months you can achieve your goals, right? And the most important is a lot of people, they get confused between the activities and the goals. So goals are the set goals. Now activities are supporting to achieve your goals. It could be like doing the daily exercises, reducing carbohydrates, then maybe a little bit stress free. So maybe you can plan these activities, right? Maybe doing what kind of exercises, maybe what time exercises. So these are the activities. And then you need to review every time that, hey, I'm really have achieved anything or not. After the month, suddenly you'll find that you have not achieved. Then you may change your plan. That's what I'm saying at the front, that, the first line, that your goal plan may change, but goal will not change. Your target of reducing 10 kgs remains as it is, but your plan, your activity may change if that is not giving the adequate results. So very important is three things very important in setting up the goals is the SMART goals, subset of the goals, pen down your goals, write activities, and review and constant monitoring of your achievement of your. Now, these days, is even after post-COVID, one thing we realize about the health is very important. And health, today we talk about the well-being, right? It's not only the physical health that, I feel little fatigue, or I have a backache and something. That was the time when we used to think only about the health means physical. Today we talk about physical, mental, everything, right? And that's very important that we have a good balance between all these things, right? It is physical health, mental health, and for that is very important that you need to stay healthy, right? And wellness is very important, is a very key aspect today. Maybe it was not earlier, people never thought of it, but I would say today's the world, and also it's a part of how you achieve the goal. If you're not healthy, you're not eating good food, then you're not healthy, you cannot achieve your goal. Maybe you will be distracted, you will not have enough energy to achieve your goals. It's very important that you stay healthy towards achieving the goals. It should be one of your priority and one of your key habits. And key habits include that eat healthy food, exercise regularly, and try to keep yourself very happy, stress free, because that stress will keep make you more problematic rather than it will give you any solution, right? And again, in eating habits, it doesn't that all the time you need to be healthy. You need to make a good balance of food as well. Maybe what is suiting to you, what kind of food you prefer, how you can make your food more healthy. That's very important. Exercise is again, like it can be morning exercise, evening exercise, maybe table exercise when you're sitting at your workstation, or maybe at your the colleges, wherever you can do some while studying. You can do those exercises like feet and even hand movement as well, and also keep yourself stress free. That's one of my key suggestion to all of you. Now, the post COVID, in fact, in my company and in my experience, I found that a lot of people are having the mental health, where people are expressing their mental issues, especially when they have to work from home, etc. So it's very important that how you uh, strike and manage your mental health as well. And it's very important that you keep yourself very happy by keeping and practices to maintain a good and healthy life. Now, we may have some bad habits, right? Let us all accept that we may not have all the time very good habits, and we have a mix of both good and bad habits. And I can tell you that reducing and removing bad habits is not easy. It's very difficult, but you should try to replace the old habits and maybe the bad habits to the new habits, which are good habits, right? And it can be anything. It can be your eating habits. It can be your the lifestyle. It can be your the day-to-day activities. You have some some habits are very very not good, and it's not good, but how to replace it with the new habits are the good ones. Anything excess is always bad, right? And you should try to do that, and it is doable, but again, it's a mindset. The day you think that you have to achieve the goal, you have to do away with these habits, you can do that. I know a lot of people, they have gone to this rehabilitation center for maybe getting out of the smoking habits, drinking habits. It's not easy, but I know a lot of people, they have just gone with these habits. And there could be a lot of people who say that I cannot get up in the morning. It's very difficult for me. They sleep late in the night. These are maybe it is a requirement, but try to have a routine life as well. And that is a part of the good habit, and which is not again easy, I'm saying, but if you really put a discipline into it, you will achieve it. Now, stretch yourself. Sometimes we always set a goal which is achievable and manageable, right? And we do not set a goal which we feel it is difficult, it may not be achieved, but you think it is achievable, right? So stretching yourself is very important, and give challenge to yourself itself. Otherwise, if you put yourself in a comfort zone, like again, I talked about the reducing the weight. Again, I will tell you that if you talk about that, you are heavier and all, you will just say that 1 kg reduction in 6 months. It is achievable goal, but it is not a very I would say a very very stretching goal, right? So you should really put yourself something which is which is challenging, challenge yourself, and then I'm sure you can, achieve those goals. So don't make your goals very, very simple, very easily achievable. You need to stretch. It's very common saying that when going gets tough, tough gets going. So, but don't be bothered, when there will be a lot of obstacles for you and you may not be able, you think that, oh, it's very difficult, I may not achieve it. You are always broken at times. And that's what I'm saying, you need to be tough. And tough doesn't mean that it is all about the muscles and about the physical. It's all about the mental and how mentally tough you are. It's very important, right? And again, let's go back to the second side where I talked about the Mother Teresa, Oprah Winfrey, Nelson Mandela, Wright brothers. They all had a tough time. They had a very, very tough time. But today we all respect them. Why? Because they achieved their goals. They have earned a lot of respect in the world through their achievements, and they were very not very easy to achieve those goals at all. Maybe we not even think of those goals. Look at Mother Teresa. She sacrificed the entire life for charity, right? And she made a lot of lives, a lot of smiles, and it is because of her, passion and dedication towards this job. So, and it is all because of she was very tough mentally, and she could do that. So don't worry about the toughness and all. You will have a lot of obstacles. You will have a lot of negative influencers with you. You will have a lot of conflict yourself that I can do it, or maybe I may not. I should leave it, or not. I should change my goal, or maybe you will start justifying yourself. Maybe it is not the right job for me. It's not the good goal for me. I should realign my goal. I should think of my goal. Those all thoughts will come in your mind, and that mind will tell you that, hey, stop doing this. Maybe you should look for something easy goals. But you should tell your mind that no, you are just misguiding me. I want to be tough, and I will be achieving these goals. What I set for my life. Winners don't make excuses. It's a very, very powerful line. And a lot of times I found in India and all in my company as well, where I experienced that a lot of people when they say that, hey, this is not done right, this is not good, and we always start thinking that I have not done this mistake, right? And we start thinking that who I should blame, and maybe you will say, or I start thinking that maybe other person did that, because of that I could not do that, or you will start thinking many reasons that why I could not do this job, right? And that's I would say not a very good thought process, because this will always make give you a kind of an idea to make an excuse to skip from this time mistake and whatever. But this will, in the long run, this will not work for you. So it's better that accept the mistake, right? Accept understand the problem, and then try to look for the solution. Try to look for improvement. Excuses is the lame excuse, we call it, right? And they are not helpful at all. This is an opportunity how you can learn, how you can, and whoever will do it, they will do some mistakes. It's bound to happen because you're doing something. But don't be scared of the mistakes and those things. But you should try to learn from those mistakes. We also have a in one of the slides, we see that mention about the lesson learned from the mistakes, rather than start blaming others that why I could not do that, or why I could not achieve this and all. That's all the lame excuse. Now practice makes you perfect, right? So practice, 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 and then you should have a good habit of practicing all the time, and that will bring you to perfection. Now, discipline, agile, I mentioned here, and decision, it's a little new term we are talking about, a disciplined agile. And it is a decision framework, that puts individuals first. So agile is a methodology. It's a, project management tool where we talk about daily, review of the work and process the issues and be very agile. There was a time that we used to review after 3 months, 4 months, periodic reviews. By the time we will again see that, oh, this is a problem, then we will look at another way of tackling the solution problems and all. And this takes a lot of time. So in today's context, we all talk about agile methodology, which is a very real time solution and real time review, and get back again and get started again. And that's the key to succeed this time and to achieve your goals. And discipline agile is again the extension of the agile methodology, where it talks about your individual empowerment, how quickly you take a decision as an individual, and others are like a very lightweight supporting to you. So you need to be very disciplined. You need to be kind of agile, and that really help you to achieve your goals. So it is not that again after 6 months you thought of losing the weight by 10 kgs, and then you found that, oh, I'm not gained anything. I've just reduced 5 kgs. And then again, you go back to 6 months back again, that and again start the same process, right? And there you feel that, okay, again you have to set on the goal, and again this will take another 6 months, and again after 6 months, again you come back that I could not achieve the 100% goal, right? So that's the way earlier we have been doing. But Agile is always talking about how quick you are in decisions, how quick you are real time in taking a call, the issues, so that at the end of the day you don't have a surprise and you are really going along with the day to day progresses. Stay humble about your abilities, and this is very important. It's that how much humble you are. A lot of people, how grounded you are. So sometimes when we have abilities, we really think proud of it, and we little try to show off, our capabilities and all, which is not very good. You Because sometimes what happens that you become overconfident, and you feel, oh, I can do it, I will achieve it, right? And suddenly you find after some time that you could not manage it. Other people have, succeeded and superseded you, right? So it's very important that you need to stay humble about your abilities, and for that matter, you should be grounded. Your feet should be on the ground, right? But try to fly, but you need to be grounded and be very supportive. Sometimes people feel that, okay, I know this and maybe I will help other people. That means I am helping, and maybe I will be kind of downgrading myself. Maybe I will that person will be able to achieve it, and if I help that person, probably that will be reducing my probability. But I can tell you from my experience that this will never happen. You are more supportive, you are more helpful, and you are more growing. So don't think that today I will be supporting somebody and then person will, maybe I will tell him some help him towards achieving the goal, and probably that will hamper my growth as well, right? So that doesn't happen, right? So it's very important. You need to be very humble about your abilities, but at the same time you need to be very humble, you need to be grounded, you need to be supportive, but be very firm. It doesn't mean that you are not don't be arrogant, but doesn't mean that don't let your respect. Okay, that's very important message I wanted to give here. So be very grounded, be very supportive, and try to be helping, and but at the same time you need to be firm to your decisions and all, right? Make winning a habit. So this is the last one of the last habit I want to talk about, that make a winning a habit, or habit that I should be winning, right? Don't think I will try, what will happen, I may not, I may achieve. Don't be in doubt, right? You say that I have to win it, I have to achieve it, I will do it, I can do it, I have all the abilities, right? And whatever I've talked about since beginning, which is you need to be disciplined, don't make any lame excuses, set your goals correctly. They are all very important. You to make this last habit, which is that the winning habit. It's very important. And when you really have a winning habit, then you will have a habit of winning all the time. And I've seen all the people in my life who have been succeeding in their life. They always win, and it doesn't mean that they don't lose, but they lose, and they again that comes as a lesson to them why they could not do this time, and they come back to again as a winning habit. But this is more like a very common saying that make a winning habit. And Brian Tracy is a Canadian American, the motivational speaker, and he says that successful people are simply those with successful habits, which is said by Brian Tracy, and he is one of the very powerful motivational speaker. And he has authored a lot of books as well on the habits and on achieving the goals, etc. And this is a very powerful statement he has made, and I really like it, and I feel that I should be following this statement completely. And I really believe in this statement that successful people are simply those who are with successful habits. So your habit should be good. Again, when I talked about the slide 4 or 5, when we talked about that your the habit has to be good and not the bad habit. Habit means that it has to be good towards your goals. So I think I've talked about all the 10, the habits. And again, I'll just do a quick recap, so that we just review all the. So first of all, I talked about that motivation is not enough, because motivation will not remain forever unless you really translate to maintain this motivation into the good habits. Otherwise, habits are there, then your motivation will stay as it is. Otherwise, they will go away after some time. And I'm sure you will experience in your life that you are not disciplined, you're not following some good habits, your motivation will change, or motivation will diminish after some time shortly. Now these are very powerful people I talked about. I really truly salute them from the heart, and everything that they really showed all the courage and determination to achieve their goals. and hence they are all called as successful leaders. Self-discipline is very important. Please remember that you need to be self-disciplined. That means self-realization. Don't be motivated all the time. Or motivation is good, so be motivated, but at the same time, try to be self-disciplined. It has to be actionable. Be determined. Try to be adhering to the timelines, and lastly, that be focused. Stay focused. Sometimes you'll find that a lot of people are coming to you in your life, maybe as an environmental, the disruptor, maybe the negative influencers, and they will try to maybe negative influence you, but you will find that after some time you may think of changing the goal, but please do not do that. Do not deviate from your set targets. This is again, I want to tell you one thing, that smart goals are very important. Plan your goals smartly, and then you have change your plan. Don't hesitate in changing the plan in case you think that you're not achieving the goals with your set activities. But don't change your goal just like that because you're not able to achieve the first couple of initial uh, starts. And please write down your all the goals. Now, again, mindfulness is very important. That talks about your healthy physical health and mental health both. Try to stay try to stay healthy, and for that you should have a good healthy eating habits, and exercise regularly, and keep yourself stress free. Be happy. And replace your old habits with new habits. I just mean to say that old habit means those which is not good habits, and new habits mean these are the new good habits, right? But do not replace old habits which is good habits, right? Please continue to follow those good habits. Stretching, again, I would say that very important because stretch yourself. Don't make yourself very comfortable, unless until you have some other issue. But try to stretch yourself your goal, and make your goal very challenging, and challenge yourself. Tough mentally. It is not only physically, right? And this will really help you to succeed. No matter what obstacles you get in your life, this will help take you to achieve your goals and towards a successful path. And don't make excuses. This again, I would say, this is one of the key messages I would like to give to all of you, that don't make excuses. These are just the kind of make you more weak and weak, after some time, and maybe year and year. So don't try to stop this habit in case you have. Think that why you could not do it. Do your own introspect and learn from your own mistakes, and make some plans that why you could why this happened. This should not happen again. In case the mistake repeats, then again it's a problem with your competencies. Maybe something wrong with you, right? And you should look at a larger perspective of those mistakes. Maybe you should go for some counseling. Maybe consult your the friends, etc., that why this happening again and again. And there could be some bigger reasons to this. But again, do not make any excuse to alter your goals, change your goals, and maybe you can say that, oh, I could not change because of others. And practice. That will make you perfect. And discipline agile I talked about is all about a self decision making. You need to be confident, and and take a decisions quickly, be real time, and that will help you to achieve your goals. And stay humble, and be grounded, and be supportive, but at the same time be firm. That's very important. And make winning a habit is the last habit I want to talk about. And again, the Brian Tracy's statement about the successful people simply do successful habits. And that's all from my side on this topic. Maybe I finished a little early, but I thought we can take some opportunity to talk and interact with the team.
What a wonderful knowledge given by you, sir. I hope our audience learned many new things from this session. Once again, I would like to thank you for joining us and sharing your experiences, your precious time and knowledge with us. Are some questions in the chat box.
Mhm.
I would like to read out it for you. How should we change our habits?
Okay. So as I said, that habit cannot change very easily, right? And again, suddenly say that from tomorrow I'll change it. This will not happen, right? First of all, you should really write down that what habit you want to change, and make very gradual tapering off. Again, so like maybe I cannot give an example. Maybe like eating habit is something, or maybe smoking or something is it's there, right? Suddenly from tomorrow, I said I will not smoke at all. It will not happen, right? Gradually, you have to stop doing that. Maybe when there's an urge, maybe reduce to half, maybe half to half, maybe reduce the frequency of it. Maybe then. So what I'm trying to say that you have to make a very gradual uh, tapering off of the habit, and that will stop. Do not think of anything just stopping from tomorrow. It will never happen, right? Or maybe it will happen. That might you're motivated enough again. So here your motivation will play a role in your mind. that okay, I should change it from tomorrow. You can do it for tomorrow, maybe for 1 day, maybe for 2 days. Third day again, you will get tempted and you will start again. So let us not think of it drastically changing everything from tomorrow. Gradually, you should start tapering off, or if maybe, then you should talk to a few people how this needs to be done. Some consult your friends, maybe your I would say the two friend that I have this problem, I want to stop this habit, and this will happen. Again, a very common example I give for getting up in the morning. It's not easy, right? Suddenly you say that from today I'm getting up at 8 a.m. and tomorrow you want to get up at 6 a.m. This will not happen. Maybe from 8 a.m. you make some habit of it. Maybe 7:30 I will have a tea. Make some, change your habit with some addition to it, right? So that will really make you something exciting, that I should have a tea at 7:30. Maybe I have a 7 a.m. maybe some classes. But start reducing slowly, gradually, with some addition to it. Maybe that is making it more attractive, and you will achieve it. But do not do from today to tomorrow. You will not be able to change any habit. And again, strong determination is very important, and self-discipline. I mean, self-discipline I talked about is very important. That you need to, whenever maybe your mind is diverting you from stopping you from that habit or something that's not good. Just shout at your brain that why are you distracting me, and think of the goals why you want to stop this habit. The moment you start seeing a dream in the mind, visualizing it, that why I want to stop this. Maybe again I'll come back to cigarette smoking. It is dangerous for health. Think of, you don't want to die because of this diseases and all, and that's the reason you want to stop it. You want to be more energetic, and you want to achieve these goals. You have a lot of things to look at, and that will motivate you. But again, motivation will be very short lived again, and again you have to come back to your strong determination and self-discipline.
Sir, you just told us about so many habits that we should put in our daily life to achieve our goals. Which habit do you think is the most important, or which habit should be prioritized more to achieve the goal out of all of them which you listed down?
Two habits. One is the self-discipline, and second is the making excuses, because these are your within your control, right? And you know it. So first of all, you need to be disciplined. The moment you say that maybe I want to, as a student, I want to achieve, I want to do my engineering course in top-notch college. I know what I need to do. I need to study 17, 18 hours. I need to study 12 hours. I know that. Now, nobody is going to do a miracle to me. I need to be disciplined to study that. No matter, I see a lot of students, they are doing a great job. They are earning a good salary. I'm motivated to, they are my role model why I want to do this course, but I need to be disciplined, right? So it's important that you need to be self-disciplined, and that's a key difference between the motivation and the discipline. One is the mind, one is the action, right? And second, I said on the priorities again the excuses, because excuse is very easy sometimes. Oh, I could not do it. I don't want to blame myself. I always make someone else blame, so that I think that I did the right thing, which is again I'm giving the wrong message to myself, and I'm getting the wrong habit. Though I would have also about the setting up the right goal as my priority, but I think these are the two foremost. Then could be the setting the right goal.
Sir, since building a new habit is such a tough task, it needs a lot of motivation, it needs a lot of mind control. So, would you suggest the use of technology to build a habit, to be habitual of something, or just to remind something that are supposed to do this?
Yeah, so these are technologies playing a very good, great role. Back in office, I can tell you, and I was also given some idea that maybe there's a bell will ring after 1 hour. That means you need to drink water. Then agile based meetings as well. So earlier, remember that we used to have meeting rooms. We'll have a table. People will have cold drinks, etc. Then Lay's chips and all, right. Today we say that we need a very healthy food at all, and in fact nothing is required, just a water. And we see that let us have a agile based off meeting, that means no chair, nothing, just walk and discuss. So these are the very very new way of I would say this is like a technology and new ways of handling the inculcating of good habits in our life. Then maybe while you're working you can do some exercises, and also you should really have a good life balance, work life balance as well. You should know that when you work, multitasking is very important here, because our post COVID and all, sometimes we don't know what time we are stretching towards work, what time we are at personal thing. You should try to have a good understanding that when I should be doing the work, when I should be doing the personal as well. So, and technology, there are a lot of apps as well. If in fact, if our technology that is, there's plenty of apps as there which is helping you to maintain your kind of the healthy habits from eating. And I say that these days it's very important. Right? Then this is the one-to-one help is also in India. It's getting very popular, right? Earlier people never talked about mental health at all. We didn't know that there's a mental health in people. But today people are very much open to it, and a lot of technology behind it. They really identify your problem, they come up with the solutions for you.
So one of the question which is in the chat box is if you are in stress or something problem, what habit that we gonna do to achieve the goal? Which habit do you think should we put out to achieve the goal?
I think when you're in stress, doesn't mean that you should really take off that goal, etc. But what I will say is that go take a break for a while. You know, stress and then again thinking of goal, doing something that your mind is saying that you're not able to achieve it. There's some problem with it. Maybe some reasons are there. Now reasons could be, and identify the reason as well. Is it because of external influencers? There's some negative influencers, etc. That's very important. We understand these aspects, right? But wait for, I mean, just take a short break. And we always tell everybody that, whenever you are very stressed, just take a break. Do some, whatever you want to do. Maybe you want to listen to the music, you want to exercise, you want to talk to your friend, do that. But what my message would be that at times we really do some liberty time, such thing that demotivates us more and more. That should not happen. So let's say I can tell you an example. I talk to somebody who is more negative person, right? Negative influencer. Then I talk to him instead of think that I will be more relieved and all. I get more negative the thoughts in my mind suddenly, right? And I'm not able to concentrate further. Second, you should not listen to the music which is with that makes you very happy. So what I'm trying to say that here also you should do those activities which is short-lived. It is just there when you enjoy it, and when you are put it off, it's gone. It is not has any further negative or whatever impact. Maybe even positive, then you think about it that I enjoyed it and all, okay, and then you are thinking of that for a couple of days and all. So my idea is to just take a quick break, enjoy, and get stressed out, and then again.
It was very effective for our audience, sir. That was a very good piece of advice. Thank you, sir, for answering these questions. Again, thank you all for attending today's webinar. And if you have any additional questions, you can contact us by email or telephone. We are happy to provide additional support to you. Feedback link is already in the chat box. Please fill this form within the 6 hours. Thank you so much for cooperating. Stay connected with us for new learning. I, Shanshi, your host of the day, signing off. Have a wonderful day.